operations in the middle of nowhere.
The Bengals have time for maybe 3 passes if they're quick. This is a 1st and goal from the 6. Burrow takes his time, slings it. Ball gets knocked free. For a moment, it looked like they had it. Mike Thomas could not secure it. Fitzpatrick gets in there. 4 seconds left.
And watch at the end of this play, Fitzpatrick goes for the football. Ball's out of his hands initially, but Fitzpatrick jars it to make sure it doesn't come back to him. Did you see at the end, Fitzpatrick looked at the official like, so you're going to call something on me here? Still upset over the previous call.
And this very well could be the final play. 4 seconds on the clock. Steelers 20. Cincinnati 14. Steelers 2 timeouts and a timeout used right there. Mike Tomlin calls it. Everybody catches their collective breath. Joe Burrow and the Bengals still have a chance.
I want to see if they want to end up going one of those 3-by-1 formations and who is on the backside, who's the one-on-one. Because if you run the 3-on-1 and try and get all that coverage to one side where they can't really double and try and chase the ball on one side, and here it is, 3 to the top, and there's Chase, 1 man on the bottom. I think the ball's going to Jamar Chase.
4 seconds left. Burrow dials it up. Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
They turned it into a one-on-one route against Ahkello Witherspoon, and the timing between Chase and Burrow, we've known it since LSU. It continues here at Cincinnati. Evident that ball's out of his hands on the break, and Chase secures the catch and the touchdown. Now, we have a different long snapper, correct, Ian?
Yes, bicep injury for Clark Harris. So Mitchell Wilcox has come in to snap it with Kevin Huber holding.
Right in the middle. Wilcox, a backup tight end. This is not the time you want your backup snapper running out there, but he can be a hero today.
Steelers have the 1 timeout remaining. All scoring plays are looked at, confirmed. Chase with a touchdown to tie it. And now just waiting on the extra point.
Can you ice a holder? Excuse me, a snapper?
We're going to find out.
This might be way more than trying to ice Evan McPherson, who I don't think is capable of being iced. They may be trying to get into the head of the long snapper, Mitchell Wilcox, right now. He's hidden in there behind Kappa 65.
Thank you.
So they're going to put 2 seconds on the clock. The operation affected when you lose a piece of it. Snapper, holder, kicker, Wilcox, a backup tight end, is snapping it to Huber. McPherson on for the extra point to put Cincinnati in front. Trying to complete the route. McPherson, it's blocked! What a turn of events! Minkah Fitzpatrick! A slow snap, and the whole operation took too long.
Perfect description, because that timing, that ball usually is back there with dispatch. Boom, into the hands of the holder. You described it perfectly. It took more time in the air to get there, which allowed Minkah Fitzpatrick that extra step. And he gets a hand on it. And hello, extra football.
An absolute wild game in week 1. Deep breaths, everybody. 20 apiece. 2 seconds remaining. Minkah Fitzpatrick, a tremendous player, just made the play of the day.
Remember, he was called for that personal foul late in the drive, which gave Cincinnati extra yardage and more downs that turned into the touchdown. That's a little bit of redemption for him to block this. But I think you nailed it absolutely on the description, Ian. Slower snap, operation changes. You go to any NFL practice, holder, snapper, kicker, they're all together all the time.
Pooch this one. Olszewski scoops it up. And that will do it for regulation. Overtime in Cincinnati. And how we got here is hard to believe. The most basic of plays in the NFL is the extra point. And because of a bicep injury to the long snapper, backup tight end has to step in, and the timing was just a little off.
A little bit off.
And that's all that it takes.
Because in that situation, how do you make up for it? It means you got to hold your blocks just a tad longer. You have to do all these things, but the margin for error is so small because those guys are together all the time. The punter, who's the holder, the long snapper, and the kicker. They do everything together all the time. When you introduce an outside element who doesn't do it the same way, that often is the result. And what a great effort by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Fourth quarter timing rules apply. Each team will have a possession unless the first team scores a touchdown or there's a defensive score. Each team will have 2 timeouts, and all reviews will be initiated by the booth. Pittsburgh, you're still the visitor. You'll call the toss. That's still a heads. That's still a tails. Still heads. Still tails. What's your call, sir? He's called tails. Tails is the call. It is a tails. You have won the toss you'd like to receive. You want to kick that way? You're good where you are, man. Pittsburgh will receive on this end. Good luck, gentlemen.
In Cincinnati will kick it off. Want to welcome those of you who just watched the Ravens knock off the New York Jets. This has been a wild one here in the season opener. Check in with Evan Washburn.
Guys, new life for the Steelers, but no Najee Harris. He's currently in the locker room. He came off to the sideline after the previous Steelers possession, ripped his left shoe off, pointed to left foot. Charles, you mentioned it, dealt with a foot injury during training camp. And also, if they play defense, TJ Watt also in the locker room. Left arm injury, no official status for either, guys. All
right, Evan. Mason Cole, though, has returned at center for Pittsburgh, and Jaylen Warren in his first NFL game is now the featured back for the Steelers. 2 tight end formation, Freiermuth and Gentry. Hand it off. Warren trying to cut it to the outside, and he's dropped by Pratt. Gain of 2.
Well, Mike Tomlin said that Jaylen Warren was never intimidated and highly competitive and productive, and that's why he made the team. This is a heck of a spot for the rookie, undrafted free agent out of Oklahoma State. But I do think the ball is going to be in Trubisky's hands, throwing it a lot more than him running it.
They said the coaching staff was waiting to see when he would blink during training camp, during the preseason, and Warren never did. 2nd down and 8 for the Steelers. Trubisky settles in and tosses it to Freiermuth. Breaks free to take it just across the 30-yard line, tackled by Mike Hilton. It's good for 5 yards.
How about that double team out there? Hilton and Eli Apple on the scene. Freiermuth, to get what he did, was a terrific effort. Well covered. I thought he was going to go down on the spot, and he managed to hang in there and get a little bit more. Let's see what Lou Anarumo, defensive coordinator of Cincinnati, throws at Pittsburgh here. See if he gets exotic or if he just relies on that front to try and get to Trubisky. Look how I'm stacking the line of scrimmage with people.
3rd and 3. Trubisky. Fading. Incomplete. Claypool, the intended target. And it's 4th down for the Steelers.
So the Bengals decided to stack the line of scrimmage and go man coverage in the secondary. And Trubisky trying to hit Claypool on a back shoulder throw. Claypool tries his best to adjust, but Hilton jostles him just enough to force the incompletion and bring up a punt.
It's Harvin to kick it. Taylor waiting at his own 20. Up in the air for Taylor. Catches cleanly at the 20. Works his way towards the sideline. And gets stamped at the 25-yard line. 48-yard punt. Christian Kuntz, the snapper, made the tackle. The turnovers. Can you overcome turnover after turnover after turnover? We're about to find out. Cincinnati will have a chance to win it, despite the fact they gave the ball away throughout the day. Burrow with 4 interceptions and a fumble.
Yeah, but all that goes away now if he leads his team downfield and they put a ball, and Evan McPherson kicks a field goal.
Yeah,
it all goes away.
Charles, they still have to snap it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
-5 on the turnover differential today, and Cincinnati with a chance to win it here. First down from the 25. Burrow. It's too far and too high for Thomas. Flag thrown at the 37.
Might have gotten a little grabby there.
Pass interference. Defense number 25. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Double move by Mike D. Thomas, and on the double move, Witherspoon grabbed him a little bit and threw him off stride. Turns out being, what, a 12-yard penalty because it's a spot foul. I've seen them do a little bit more than that, but I think the official determined he impeded his progress.
Next score wins. They place the football at the 37. Burrow on a give. Mixon has nowhere to go. It's a loss of 1 as Highsmith and Ogunjobi combine to bring him down. Downstairs to Evan.
Guys, not good news. TJ Watt, pec injury. He's out for the remainder of this game. Again, he went right to the locker room, didn't even stop at the athletic training table, right to the locker room. It's a pec injury for TJ Watt, and he's out.
And you saw him coming off the field. He knew it right away.
Yeah.
I mean, he was telling him what it was right away as soon as he came off the field.
Second down and 11 here for Cincinnati. 7:37 on the clock. Burrow steps and throws. Catch made. Pirine drives to midfield. Good enough for a first down. Covers 14 yards.
All right, this Cincinnati Bengals team history. There were a couple Super Bowls they played against San Francisco, and there was a Joe that got them both times named Montana. They've got their own version of Joe here, trying to do it for them instead of against them.
First down for the Bengals. 383 total yards for Cincinnati, 179 for Pittsburgh. Fake the running play. Burrow, pump fake, throw, hits his man, the tight end Hurst. Physical play along the sideline at the 40-yard line. Miles Jack there. It's another first down.
Good job keeping the flag in your pocket, too. You mentioned the physical play on both sides. Just culminated. Fans wanting the flag. Wasn't one to be had. There's Tyler Boyd going out of the game. A big target for them as they're working on his left leg.
So no T. Higgins. Boyd now on the sideline. Stanley Morgan Jr. They are testing the depth at the wide receiver position.
That's him, and that's Trent Taylor next to him. Jamar Chase on his own down here.
First down for Cincinnati. On the ground, the redirect. Mixon slips through. The acceleration by Mixon. And he may need a moment after the 7-yard pickup. Appears to be okay.
How about the patience and understanding? Okay, I'm covered here. I'm covered. Oh, there's the eyesight. And now I go. I make the cut and go through with power. And Fitzpatrick with a good tackle. Otherwise, that goes a long way.
Yeah, Mixon not moving well as he heads over to the Cincinnati sideline. He's replaced by Pirine. It's a 2nd and 3. Bengals are on the move.
Give Burrow a chance to survey an empty set.
Burrow, step, throw, Burrow timing route. Incomplete. Pirine, the intended target. Stride for stride, Devin Bush Jr. It's third down.
They like the matchup. Give Devin Bush Jr. credit on that one. Getting out caught. Normally he's a linebacker. But when you're out towards the sideline, covered a one-on-one route, you're not a linebacker anymore. You're a corner. And he did a nice job taking that one away.
Right now, they're staring at a 51-yard field goal attempt.
And just a little bit slower operation, right, on the field goal if Wilcox is snapping, which means you got to hold your blocks a little bit longer.
Third down and 3. Burrow. Pump. Burrow tosses. Caught. Hayden Hurst goes upstairs to get it. And a kiss for the crowd.
How about Burrow and what he does? But Hurst, understanding his quarterback's in trouble, continues on his route in a dead spot in the defense, and he comes down with the toe tap. 1 foot down. Tootsie's down. And again. Hayden Hurst was a pitcher, first baseman in the Pirates organization before going back to play college football. Affected Pittsburgh again.
Cincinnati has it at the 13-yard line of the Steelers. Running play. Mixon. Nothing. No gain.
This is a terrific catch by Hurst, but how about the pocket movement and calm of Joe Burrow? Left side, middle, gets out to the right side and delivers a big pass downfield.
So right now it would be a 31-yard field goal attempt.
Be interesting to see how Zach Taylor plays this, knowing he has a backup snapper out. Does he still trust Burrow despite the interceptions, or are you planning to kick this one and go home?
Wilcox practicing along the sideline. Second down and 10 for Cincinnati. Fake it on the boot. Burrow, low throw. It's handled by Drew Sample, so modest gain of 2 yards on the play. Clock is rolling. Under 4 minutes to go. Wilcox stepping in as the snapper with the injury to Clark Harris. You know, long snappers you often take for granted. They're just so good at their job. They're usually so automatic. But when one is missing, that's where the questions arise. Who can do it? Who can handle it? And certainly in a game-winning situation, how does it all come together?
It's interesting, isn't it? My college coach, John Majors, always just had this expression. It never catches up with you until it catches up with you. And I remember being in college going, what is he talking about? Well, guess what? This is what he's talking about. Those situations that maybe you didn't plan for.
They are sending out McPherson. 5 game-winning field goals as a rookie. The man was straight up ice in his first year.
It's ridiculous. And remember, it started in game 1. The season opener where he kicked the game-winning field goal against Minnesota to get things going for the Cincinnati team. But if you're the offensive front, you're telling yourself you've got to block longer to help out Wilcox on the snap.
29-yard attempt. In overtime. Wilcox, snapper, Huber, holder, from 29 yards away. Oh, he missed it badly. Once again, the snap was high, and everything was thrown off. What a wacky day in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close. The other one was just slow. This one, look at where Huber has to go to get it. And as he gets it down, he can't even get the laces turned. So now you got a kicker kicking the laces, which is a thing. I haven't met a kicker yet that says, yeah, give me the laces to kick it. They want the laces spun away from them. He kicks the laces and snap hooks it to the left.
Mike Tomlin's been around a long time. I don't know if he's ever seen this.
There's still 3:33 to go in this ball game. Deep in their own territory. They're not out of the woods yet.
Steelers take over at the 20-yard line. In OT. Trubisky Dials up a deep one. Oh, tremendous Deontay Johnson, but he was along the sideline.
They're going to have to discuss it over there. And I think they're saying out of bounds. There's the one-handed catch. First foot down, second foot. Woo. Did it hit the white? I see Anthony Fleming, who was on the spot, waved it incomplete.
And they're going to stop play here. This will be under review. So Sean Hockley will take a look.
Hey guys, I'm Sean. You here?
Yep, we hear you.
He's got to get the wrong mic on. Yep. There's the catch. One down. Second one.
I think it's clean.
Pittsburgh's got a chance on this one. That looks to me like this is going to be overturned and become a legal catch by Deontay Johnson.
Gene Steratore is watching along with us. Just take us through it, Gene, what you see.
Yeah, first I'm looking to see if Deontay Johnson firmly possesses the football all the way through the process, which he does. And then, as in my opinion, there's what we used to call a slice of green between that toe and the out-of-bounds white. And for me, I see a slice of green in between there, guys, and would have it as an incomplete, a completed catch.
Yeah, you know, some people would take out an index card and try to measure it. Some people would.
You know, but that slice of green might just be what you need to hit your 7-iron. That's all.
Cincinnati's moving back defensively, so they've accepted the inevitable. That's a clean catch and a ridiculous grab by Deontay Johnson.
How about down the stretch? We saw Jamar Chase with one where he was just barely out of bounds in regulation, and now Deontay Johnson comes up with one where he's just barely inbounds.
And now they're just checking clock.
Yeah, those inches make all the difference, don't they?
They do.
Just checking clock, making sure all that's right. And remember, we don't have an operation issue with Pittsburgh. Holder, snapper, and Boswell.
The receiver got his left toe inbounds. It was a completed pass. The ball will be placed at the 45-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Please reset the game clock to 3:28.
So they'll tack a second on. Steelers will have it at the 45. It goes down as a 25-yard catch.
Chris Boswell, 17 of 21 in his career from over 50 yards. If he has to make a long-distance attempt.
Boswell's career long is 59 yards. Steelers looking for the win. Jaylen Warren is in for the injured Najee Harris. Motion man Oshevsky, trickery to Claypool. Looking for the angle, he's got one. Claypool takes it to the sideline.
What a great lead block by Jaylen Warren, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, number 30, on the pitch. Watch Warren at the end of this play. Look at him right out in front and holds his block and maintains it on Jermaine Pratt to allow Claypool to get to the sideline with more yardage.
So the line of scrimmage is now the 43s. Right now, you'd be looking at a 61-yard attempt.
Get another 5. You're in good shape with Boswell.
Trubisky hit as he throws. Incomplete in the area of Deontay Johnson. Von Bell with a smack. NFL Today update. JB and Boomer.
Texans blew a 17-point lead, Boom. Hey, guys, just like you there in Cincinnati, down in Houston, Rodrigo Blankenship misses a 42-yard field goal for the win. They remain tied 20-20, a minute 57 left to go in that game, back to Ian and Charles in Cincinnati.
Is it in the water?
Indianapolis, an opening day, is just not a good match.
3:18 to play in OT. Trubisky, swing it to the outside. Caught by Claypool. He's spun down as he crosses the 40-yard line by Mike Hilton, the former Steeler. It's good for 6 yards.
What a good read by Trubisky, too. That was supposed to be one of those shovel passes again. Shovel was taken away. He kept it. Good poise and had an outlet and exercised it.
So right now, they're staring at a 55-yard attempt as Boswell is getting ready for a potential game winner. Career long outdoors is 56. This is from the gun. Trubisky on 3rd and 4. Lays it out there. The catch, Johnson, and could not get to the marker. Sam Hubbard there defensively, and a timeout called by Cincinnati. Fourth down. Boswell on, going through his pre-kick routine. 8 game-winning field goals. Boswell in his 8th year in the NFL. Christian Kuntz is the 3rd-year snapper. The punter Harvin will hold it. Pittsburgh looking for the W. 55-yard attempt. The jungle is trying to throw Boswell off his game. From 55 yards away, Boswell. No good! What is happening here? He banged it off the post. This is a thud heard all the way in Pittsburgh.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Peyton Manning. I'm also Calculating Manning. Yep, math checks out.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can simply arrive or make an entrance. Stick to the agenda or experience something unexpected. With IHG's 19 hotel brands, you can guest how you guest.
It's not a sound they're going to want to recreate in Pittsburgh for this next week. Now, defense has to get back out there. Burrow, a little bit over 2 minutes left to try and get his team another opportunity.
And Charles, look where Cincinnati takes over. At its own 45-yard line after the miss.
But here's the thing you have to think to yourself. With their operations in the last 2 field goals, do they press offense more?
Burrow spins out of trouble and turns it into a gain. The slide by Burrow. He picks up 9 yards. He looked dead to rights. The unexpected of week 1 in the NFL. It happens every year, yet you forget about it because you go through a whole season and then the new season comes around, the anticipation builds.
That's right.
And then you're reminded, oh yeah, wild things take place in the season opener. On 2nd and 1, Burrow will do it himself.